Hi, everybody. You're listening to the Hisessions Hawaii podcast, where we talk about everything local and beyond. I'm John Yamasato, your host, and joining me today is Kaoshima Bakuro.
How's it?
Devon Nekoba.
Okay.
Before we begin, let me remind our listeners of all the ways they can stay in touch with the show. There's Facebook, Instagram, and X, all at Hisessions. Then you can go to SoundCloud, YouTube, and Apple Podcasts to listen to the podcast. And finally, you can email us at hisessions@yahoo.com if you have any non-complaints. If you'd like to help the show get more music on the channel, please go to patreon.com and donate. There you'll be more involved with the show and help determine who and what is filmed. No new patrons this week. It's been a little bit of a dry spell, so I think we need to get the word out a little bit more. But the patrons that we do have are sticking around, so
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
it's good. I guess, the loyalists are here to stay.
I've completely forgotten that they're
Yeah, that's true.
and that's okay
They're wondering
too.
why PayPal gets lessened every month. They don't know why.
yeah. That's only $1.
Sorry, but thank you.
It's like, where's this dollar every month going up? Okay. Koopa Koopa Landscaping, Landscape Architects. You can call Kevin Yokomura, 808-722-8685 for a free estimate. I have not been in touch with Kevin lately. I wonder how he's doing. He must be pretty busy, I would imagine. Of course, Fort Ruger Market. Today we had the beef stew.
That was all.
Plate
Thank
A.
you.
So I guess you can substitute out if you don't want the Kahlua pig. You can
Or
do
they
beef stew.
substitute it for you because they don't have.
Yeah. And then Olelo Online, Kaliko Beamer Trap. You can go to oleloonline.com if you are interested in learning the Hawaiian language. There he has tutorials, songs, everything Hawaiian, and you can have one-on-one with him to learn how to speak Hawaiian language.
And
All
if you're watching Chief of War, it would be
right.
very helpful.
Yeah. We can talk about that a little bit. I have not watched it. I'm assuming you started
It's
it.
good. It's impressive, mostly because you're watching an entire show spoken in Olelo, Hawaii. Which is like,
I didn't know that. Okay.
wow. Subtitles, everything. And it's like
Podcast guest Moses Goods.
Yes.
Moses
Yeah.
Goods.
Yeah.
Goods.
Goods.
Yeah, on the show.
Yes.
So we're excited about that.
And that was before he was involved with that. I think.
Right. And then also Ali Chu's gonna be on somewhere for something.
Oh, I'm sure.
She was at some kind of Amazon Prime premiere or something. So
Really? Good
yeah.
for her.
So
We
great
get
things
all the famous
happening.
people.
Great things happening.
Speaking of
with our
famous
guests.
people.
Yeah.
Yes. So Roz, just Roz.
Hi, guys.
I plugged you into Grok, and it says you are a composer, lyricist, singer-songwriter, musical director based in Honolulu, Hawaii. Significantly impacted Hawaii's musical and theatrical scene for over 20 years. Collaborated with Honolulu Theater for Youth and playwright Lisa Matsumoto on musicals like Once Upon One Not a Time, The Princess and the Itso Peanut, on and on and on. Talks about your Nahoku nominations and your time at the First Presbyterian Church of Honolulu. So, very storied career. So,
Yeah, it's
thank
all
you,
over
Roz,
the
for coming on the
place.
podcast.
Yeah.
Hey.
But it's also, I think it's noticeably ironic that of the people, the three of us that know Roz, you've known her the least amount of time.
Yeah.
And it was not Kyle or I who got her on the pod, but you. I was like,
Thank you, John.
oopsie. I know. I was like, oops.
No,
Did we
it's
not
one of these things
call
like
her?
you just run into people and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, this would be an interesting person to talk to.
I think it's because we've known each other so long. She's like, she's not interesting. It's Roz.
It's also too because usually Roz is in about 12 different places at once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Surprised we got to.
And, yeah.
Spend some time with
I
you
asked
today.
her about
I'm
this in
so
like maybe,
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe
Us
May
too.
or something. She said, no, we have to do it after July because
Iso Peanut.
you had a lot of
The
stuff
show.
going on.
Yeah.
Okay, first question, and we'll get back to your history and how you got into music stuff. But this is Isopina, right?
Yep. Princess and
You've
Iso
done
Peanut.
that before. So what do you have to prep then? Since it's all the same, isn't it the same music or does it change or what?
It's the same music, but you have a brand new cast, or at least you have, and you
Yeah,
always
teaching
have to
the
teach everybody this new set of people, the harmonies, and this is the new group of people.
There were some old people in that cast too. though,
Thank
from before,
goodness
right?
it was such a such a special thing. I wish you had done it, Kyle.
I never did it before. So,
So even more so, she's going, man.
Yeah.
and I'm too old to learn new
No,
things.
you're not. No,
Oh,
you're not.
You see me before. I
As
have a hard
long
time
as
doing
Alan,
anything.
as long as Alan Okubo is doing shows, you can never say that you are too old to do a show.
Alan
So
Okubo
true.
is way more talented. He can dance and sing and do whatever.
Not
I
even,
cannot
brother.
do it.
Not even. Oh. It was a very special summer.
Yeah.
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 We
All of us
enjoyed it.
together.
It was a great show.
Oh, I'm so
Yeah.
glad. Yeah, it was fast and furious. We lost 1 week because of actually trying to find a theater, and so we
Right, that's
squished
what's done it, yeah.
everything super tight and used every single minute of every day.
Yeah. What I liked about it was I was so used to seeing it on a big stage that seeing it on a small stage was a different take for me. Because I don't know, I probably saw Isol Peanut every single
yeah.
time you guys mounted it.
Yeah.
So this is a new experience, and I really enjoyed that intimate
Oh, I'm so glad.
experience. Yeah.
This was Manoa Valley Theater, and
Yeah.
thank God for Manoa Valley Theater being brave and letting us do it in their small theater. Because the last time that I was a part of it was at the Hawaii Theater, and we had a cast of 49 people.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
49 people. This was down to 34, and none of us knew how it was going to work on a more intimate thing. But something that somebody had said was they actually felt like they were part of it
Yeah.
because they came into the audience, and it was immersive. It was just very exciting.
Yeah,
I felt like I was a pirate.
It felt interactive.
Yeah.
Hey, do you guys, as theater people, do you feel like there's enough theaters around, or like venues and stuff?
I will just say no. No, there are not enough theaters around, and there's not enough big stuff, because when we were searching to be able to find a place, we were used
Yeah.
to being able to do this show at Kaimaki High, where we would be sold out for 3 weeks straight and still want to be able to do a fourth week after that. And that seats over 500. So when we lost it because AC was out, we ended up searching literally 20, 25 different theaters, and either they were closed because of renovations, Mamiya Theater. I could tell you the names
Diamond
of several
Head.
others. Yep. They were already doing another show.
Yeah.
And so we ended up being able to, thankfully, again, Manoa Valley said, well, what if we do it here? And we were brave, and we said, okay, yes. We didn't know how we would do it, but you could only seat 180 people. We were sold out by opening night. Opening night,
Yeah.
there was not enough space. So no, we don't have enough theater space. So we would love more patrons of the arts.
Yeah,
Right?
no, because as someone who,
Yes.
like, I always liked, as a musical artist, performing in theaters, because, you know, you have your own dressing room, it's air conditioned, people can come in, they can sit and enjoy. You know, I like music where you can see the artistry, right? And so
Yeah.
whenever I've tried to reach out and, like, you know, you have like Orvis Auditorium, but they never allow anything to happen. It's just so weird. So
What
they,
is Orvis?
It's wonderful. It's a great theater at the University of Hawaii, but they usually
oh.
have so much going on with the students of University of
Right.
Hawaii.
They
Did I
don't-
ever sat in that theater?
I didn't know it was called Orvis.
Yeah, that's where I had
Like
my
what?
senior project. When I was graduating, I had
So
my
they-
senior project.
What do
there
they
in
have in them?
Orvis.
Mostly recitals and band concerts and stuff? Oh,
It
is that
really
the music building
feels
on the
like-
right side before the parking lot? Yeah.
It's,
Yeah,
there
when
used
you-
to
when
be
you-
a Pizza Hut on the other side, right there.
Yes,
It's like as
yes.
you're going up University
yeah.
Ave, it's on the right hand
Okay,
side.
got it. I
Yeah.
know where it is.
yeah. And so, you know, there's stuff like that I think, man, that could be such a great venue. There's parking there.
There's
It's-
parking,
Yeah, right.
right?
Because that's one of the hardest things about all these theaters is that no parking, right? And so, I guess I wanted to get from a theater perspective too. So you guys are in agreement.
That yes,
What-
there
what-
need to be more theater spaces.
More theater
Yes.
space
But
or-
also too, I mean, it's also that there are theater groups places where there are theaters that need to stretch their desire to want to allow people to put on shows.
Yeah. Okay. That's the other
Because
thing.
there are people like sorry, but I'm gonna call out the public schools. But some of the public schools, we could go to the school, but they don't want to let anybody do a production. Like, or they are
That's
so
interesting.
cost wise prohibitive that there's no way you can do a show there. And sorry, but I'm gonna call out Maunalua High School because Maunalua High School has a beautiful
Pro City High School has a
venue.
good one too.
Pro City has a really nice one too, but it's so prohibitively expensive to do the show there that you can't do
Yeah.
it. Or
Yeah.
I mean, if you do, you're gonna put the show on, but you're not gonna.
Or
make
you
any
need
money.
like I remember one time they had Sarah McLachlan play at Hawaii Theater. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
She
No,
came.
but
She
I
came and did
wish
a.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah, it was for some kind of benefit, but you know how they got her? there was some little old lady that was a huge donor to Hawaii Theater, some multimillionaire lady, and she's like, I'll pay for that. So she paid for her to come in and,
patrons of the arts.
Yes,
yeah, I mean, that was
we
great.
do need more patrons of the arts.
That used
because
to be a thing.
money.
It used to be a thing.
It did. Can we talk about that for a second?
Sure.
Patrons of the arts. Like, even think about the artists. I was thinking about like Van Gogh or like or Puccini or all of those people who were like it used to be a thing. I think it should become a thing now. I think patrons of the arts should become a big thing. I would like to be an experimental guinea pig. If you would like to try to talk that out with me, yes.
So when you say that, does it mean musically and theatrically and all that kind of stuff?
I would say just yes. Just yes.
So everything.
Yeah. Well, just think about it. Like, and I don't understand it because so many of us who don't have very much will do anything for each other.
Yeah.
We'll do anything for each other. But you have to have like a space, a venue, and you have to have it's like some people have to be paid. It's like it's really rough. And then we've got so many, I know we're going patang all over the place.
No,
but
this is the podcast.
Oh, that's awesome. We have so many talented people who are off the charts talented, and they have to go to the mainland. Or they go to the continent or the ships, the cruises. Like, how many people have we just lost to Disney?
Yeah.
Disney, please, just like be a patron of the arts in Hawaii. How about that?
Yeah, because a lot of the people performing on those ships are coming from us guys.
Yeah, us guys, and we're losing them.
Yeah, like Miguel is gone.
I know.
And he
Ka'ena?
Ka'ena.
Look at the local acting talent that's made it to Hollywood now too.
Yeah, and Broadway.
Yeah, and Broadway.
Yeah, but we miss them here, and they're going off in order to be able to make a living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nicole Scherzinger. Yeah, she's from here.
Yeah.
Joseph Morales, who was Hamilton.
Right.
And Joseph was coming back because he's directing a show that Roz wrote.
Yeah, he's coming back in October for a brand new Christmas show that we're doing at Diamond Head Theater. And Diamond Head Theater being very brave to do a brand new musical world premiere this year.
Annie Needle Smith.
And The Road Less Traveled.
There you go.
I guess maybe I'm just out of the loop. So they do their, because I remember back in the day they would do the fundraising for Hawaii Theater and Diamond Head Theater, and the patrons would come in, and they still do that, I'm assuming, but it's just.
You would know a lot more about that. I'm a lot more on the artistic side of it, so it's just like the writing and the.
Because I don't get mailers anymore or any of that stuff. Or.
Oh, don't worry, you're gonna get them now.
Well, no, because every year I would, so when I was at locations, we had this program where you donated 1% of your income to the locations foundation, and then half of that money would go toward the foundation. We do these big projects, and Devon's been a part of those in the past and stuff. The other half you would then designate to whatever charity you want at the end of the year. So it's kind of
that's beautiful. The arts.
Yeah, it's fun. So I always would give my whole thing to Hawaii Theater.
Okay.
Wait, they don't need it. Give it to other people. Diamond Head Theater, Manoa Valley Theater.
But what I'm saying is that
Ohia Productions, Break Kids Foundation.
They're if people knew, they may participate. But I don't know if they know.
Great.
That's the thing.
I can let you know. Go ahead. Ask the question.
How is the new Diamond Head Theater?
So it's beautiful, but get this. This is an interesting thing. I find it incredibly interesting that there are a number of people. They have people who sponsor shows, right? So this is an incredible season. But if you're a sponsor, they're gonna sign up to sponsor a show that's well known. For example, they are doing right now Come From Away, and then they're going to be doing Les Mis. So they have a list. Let's say, I don't know how many sponsors they've got, but let's say they had 20 sponsors. Piney has only one sponsor right now. So I need more sponsors. We need more sponsors because everybody is sponsoring the shows that they know are. But can I tell you, it's going to be a beautiful, incredible, heartwarming. You guys know the kind of stuff that I write, right? It's going to be heartwarming. Yeah. And I'm working with this guy named Peter Seibert, who is so funny. I am like in tears laughing all the times because he's got such a great sense of humor. And we need more sponsors. So it's like, what do you do when you like to sponsor things, but it's like you see, okay, they're going to do these 6 shows. I don't know what that one is. I love Les Mis. I want to sponsor Les Mis.
I see.
Yeah.
I have a problem with sponsoring those kind of shows. auditions are coming up soon, right?
They are, yes. So we're having auditions for this brand new fun Christmas musical. And they are, thank you for asking,
You're welcome.
Friday, Saturday. Is that August 15th and 16th?
Yeah.
And if you're interested in auditioning, go to diamondheadtheater.com, auditions. And we are really excited about having people come out for this show. It's all about a world before there were Christmas trees. And it's the journey of this little misfit Christmas tree, or misfit tree before it's Christmas trees, named Piney Needlesmith, who finally decides that she's got to go out and set out in the world, find her place in the world, because there's no place for her in the Christmas workshop where Santa makes all of his toys.
Okay.
We got kind of a cool Santa too. It's like
Tiny
the character.
Needlesmith is a great name for a
Isn't
tree.
it? Oh, I love it. And the road less traveled, because Piney and her band of buddies sets out along with Harry, the Shakespearean Yeti, and Fran, the snow squirrel, and Trevor, who creates the ugly sweater, and Madison, who's sort of like Wednesday Addams. And this band of misfit buddies go out to try to save this little kid's Christmas.
So
Tim.
the tree itself is a character, a person playing it.
She's a tree. She's a tree.
She's not a Christmas
Pine
tree
tree.
yet.
Yes.
She's not a 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
She's a tree.
Yeah, but Santa needs to be able to have the auditions for
I
who's
think-
got
I
the
think
most Christmas
Kyle would make a
spirit.
good Santa Claus.
Oh yeah.
A grouchy
yeah,
one.
And a
Oh,
Yeti.
grouch- oh,
You're
short
going-
grouchy one. Diamond and Theater, do they do on a normal basis local production?
They do not.
No.
They
So yours is pretty much the only local production that's coming up in a long time, right?
in over 20 years.
since-
yeah,
Lisa stuff.
since
Since-
Lisa stuff, right?
Since
and,
Lisa
and your,
stuff-
and you and Lisa guys stuff.
Well,
right?
me and Lisa, and
Yeah.
then also Lee Cataluna.
Oh,
Yes.
But all
Sorry.
of that, Lee Cataluna, there was like something about her longs. It's like the people you meet at longs,
Yes,
and
yes.
oh my gosh, a lot of Lee shows were there. I think there were several, and I remember
Was
seeing.
it back in the day? Was easier to get local production sponsored than nowadays? Is that
Yes, without a doubt.
But
Well, but also too, you got to remember, right? When once was performed there, right?
it was already seasoned and
Yeah, because
everybody
you guys
knew.
started it at UH, and it was gigantic, and there were lines around the block. And if you're a theater group, and you're like, how do we get people into the theater? Let's get that show that just did a run, and so that's why she brought them in. And when she brought them in, it happened to be, you guys were writing Happily Ever After.
Yeah.
And then it became this, and it made sense for.
keep the thing going.
Well, no. It made sense for Diamond Head at the time because the show that they wrote, I mean, although we did perform it at UH, size-wise, it was getting hard to fit that many people on the stage because just the production level, at least to me, it seems like the production level was so big. There was so much stuff going on. And because of the size of it, because of the scope of it, it just made sense to get as many butts in the seats as possible.
I think it was a combination of things because at the University of Hawaii, again, same type of a thing, Kennedy Theater, right? So
Kennedy
it was
Theater,
Kennedy
yeah.
Theater,
Kennedy
which was
Theater, yeah.
huge, but I believe at the time it was just like Diamond Head and Lisa started talking about why don't you guys come on over to Diamond Head, and then we had a wonderful working relationship with them, and then Lisa and Michael decided to start Ohia Productions,
Yeah.
and they wanted to set out on their own, and there wasn't really a way of
done.
being able to do that with Diamond Head Theater at the time. So it wasn't any bad blood or anything that happened. Lisa and Mike just wanted to start their own thing, and they started more educational road shows, which Diamond Head didn't have time
Yeah.
in their seasons to be
Yeah.
doing at the time, and now they've got MTE and so many wonderful things.
But if it
So
wasn't
it's
for
just
that,
a season.
we wouldn't have had the opportunity to play Hawaii Theater sold out,
Yep.
You're right.
Yep.
which was unbelievable.
That was awesome.
That
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
It's just so expensive.
So
we
do,
did
do these
Blaisdell
plays
too,
work
so-
like a band in that you can start in a small theater and it gets more and more popular, then you move to bigger theaters? Is that what?
You mean with as far as theater goes?
Yeah, just in general.
Yeah, I think what you want is you want someone to just catch the vision. Just catch the vision. And then it depends on who's willing, who has time, who has space, which theater will be willing. I would love it if schools would be, that does seem like a perfect opportunity. That was great. And then, but to be able to get into a season, it's rough for theaters because they're trying to meet their budget. So like, again, Diamond Head Theater is taking a chance on us. The good thing is that I've got a history of other shows either with Lisa.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this Christmas is like it's kind of fun because I've got 3 Christmas shows going on at the exact same time. We've got Christmas Gift of Aloha, which is going to be they're doing at Diamond Head Theater with shooting stars during the day.
Really?
Exact same
I did
time.
not know that.
Christmas
awesome.
Gift of Aloha. That was Lisa's show at Diamond, and that was at Ala Moana.
Yeah.
She and Michael wrote a book, Christmas Gift of Aloha, and then I wrote the songs for that. So they're doing that one there. In the meantime, at Mo'olelo, which is at Sacred Hearts, they are doing The Year Christmas Was Almost Canceled, which is going to open right around Thanksgiving. I wrote that one with Kyle Kakuno, who wrote the book, and I did the music and lyrics. And so, it's kind of thrilling. I've got 3 Christmas musicals at the same exact time.
I have a music question. Is it easier to write from scratch or to write when you have a play like this and they have content already? Like you have to write about this.
I'd say that's a loaded question because if you're talking about like if you're trying to write for Broadway, they want it to be with a book. Like I was just talking to somebody on Saturday night, and they said, well, for Piney, he said, do you already have a book? And I said, meaning a book, because they
like
actually...
a published book.
A published book. Oh. And I said, no, we're creating this from scratch. And my writing partner right now, Pete, and I have talked about this. We just wanted something new and fresh and new and fresh. And people who are willing to invest, they kind of want a sure thing. And something that's proven like that with a book. And so again, I'm so excited that we've got Diamond Head Theater being brave and saying, all right, Roz, we're believing in you and Pete. Let's do this.
I mean, it could turn into a book later.
It could.
Yeah.
Go the opposite way.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm just thinking because like whenever I try to write anything, I'm just starting like I've been in my car, and then I'm like,
it's a good place to write.
I'm like, okay, well, you know, you kind of hum a melody and then you're like, okay, just start saying words that come to the top of your head. Versus like if they said, oh, you have to write a song about a potato, I'd be like, okay. What are potato associating words, you know? And then I don't know which one
love
would be,
that kind of stuff.
I don't know which one would be easier. So that's what I'm saying. Like, is it?
Well,
it's just different. I don't think it's easier.
Take for example a song like Pigeon 101 from Iso Peanut. Right?
Yeah.
Pigeon 101 is a song specifically about teaching somebody Pidgin English.
Yeah.
Right? And Roz and Lisa wrote the song together. And I think the gestation of that was Lisa had this scene and then you helped write the song?
So
and you
she
had to learn Pidgin.
Well,
which was...
I knew Pidgin, but I didn't know how to teach it. Like, I grew up in Hawaii, same with like you guys. Yeah. And so I can write a song in Pidgin, but I can't tell you these are the reasons why. Yeah. And so when
that
Lisa
song explained it.
It explained it. So typically this is, for example, we're talking about in The Princess and the Iso Peanut right now.
Yeah, okay.
So I can give you a really good example about when we did the song All Aboard Destination Avalon, which is the song Devon ended up singing as a solo this last show. When I had to write that song, I was like, okay, how am I going to write this song? What I did was I went down to the Ilikai boat docks down there, and I met people who owned boats. And I said, hey, I got to write a song about getting on a ship. Can you tell me all ashore that's going ashore, all ashore that's going ashore. The wind is freshening up. And I actually interviewed people for all of that. And it's just fun to be able to learn something new. For the potato one, right away, I'm thinking about the eyes on a potato. Is it a brown? Is it a russet? Is it what? It's like we do the rambling sessions. But when Lisa said that I had to write a song about Pigeon 101, which is a lesson about how, I was like, no way.
You lived on the west side for a little while.
No, it's like, I said, you're going to have to teach me this because I don't even know. It's like, so what, brah? It's like, what you like? It's like, I can say all that and I can fully understand it, but I had no idea. So Lisa and I laughed so hard at the piano at Mom's house in Aina Haina. And we were laughing so hard and recording the whole thing on a cassette tape. Because that was that long ago. It was 1999 when we wrote that. And it was so funny. It's like, so she said, so it's like, and so instead of the word is
the.
Yeah. This and that, or
becomes
the. this and that becomes this and that. See, it's like, even as it is like, oh my gosh, it's a lesson.
Interesting.
So,
But it's a masterpiece because it can be taught in school from that song how to speak pidgin properly.
you
know?
can't. And then at the end, who's your
Yeah.
mothers, fathers, uncles, aunties, brothers, sisters, cousins, mothers, uncles, brothers, brother. Huh? Yeah. So it's like, but Lisa's the one, when she came up with that one, that part of it, it was like, that's
Just the gold, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Genius level writing.
Well, and the other thing too is because they're local, because they're here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because they work so well together. I remember when we were getting ready to do Kapakahi Time, which was a sort of an amalgamation of all three shows, right?
Right.
72 people in that cast. I'll remind you, 72.
We did that
on
we
stage.
did that at the Hawaii Theater, and what would happen was Lisa inevitably, or I guess Roz too, like they would find somebody that they go, oh, wow, this person is super talented, and gee,
What
we
kind
should
of
try and
song
figure out. Yeah,
would they sing?
Like for not a time, we had a guy that they went, oh, this guy Chris, he can sing super low, and
Yeah.
it's amazing. We should write a song for him. And then all of a sudden, this Genie song came out. And then when we did Kapakahi Time, our friend Joseph Morales, who was Hamilton
He was a kid
in
at that-
Hamilton,
He was a kid.
but he was a
Yeah.
kid. But he had such a talent that Lisa and Roz went, we should figure out a way to put him in the show. And then all of a sudden, there was this song called Bag of Beans. And we went,
That
Bag
was
of
so
Beans.
fun.
And it was awesome. It was super funny. It told the whole story of Jack and the Beanstalk in this one song. And they just went, okay, Joseph, sing the song.
Yeah.
And then he did the song, and we went, wow.
It was so fun.
And it was like in one day. Like while we were rehearsing, they're like, let's
Oh, no. That song did not
It seemed
take
like
one day.
it seemed like it was one day. Like you guys just came up with it in advance.
Well, Lisa came up with the idea to do
Yeah.
it, but then I had to take a couple days to write it.
a couple
Yeah.
of days.
Yeah, well, and that's back when I was younger. When we didn't have to sleep.
Yeah.
We didn't have to sleep back in those days. It was just so fun. Coca-Cola, which we're going to have later on. I don't think there was Red Bull back then.
No.
Coffee. We drank, and what were those pills? No-dos.
No, those, yeah.
Oh no.
That's
caffeine
like, I
pills.
do not condone or recommend no-dos, but that's how we wrote a lot of stuff.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we got to back up and find out Roz's history
Yeah.
before we run out of
Well,
time.
I just thought
completely.
it was kind of funny though. She was thinking about the eyes of the potato.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's like potato, French fries. Then we go to potato chips.
You go with
I
food.
go with
and
food,
she's
like,
going with
she's going with the eyes and the description of the potato.
So, and actually, that's what I think you do is
Mashed potatoes. Oh, mashed potatoes.
and there's a song already, mashed potato.
Yeah.
So, is for me, whenever I'm doing writing a song, either with myself or with a writing partner, I hold what I call rambling sessions, where everything is fair game and there's no judgment. You just throw out everything. And it's brainstorming. Mm-hmm. So you just ramble and you look for the nuggets. You look for the gold, like you said at the end of what Lisa did there. Who's your mothers, fathers, uncles, aunties? It's like we're looking for the gold. And in the meantime, the only way you're going to find it, in my opinion, is if you're free to just say anything and everything. And those are the rambling sessions.
Yep.
Okay. So, beginnings of life from Ainahaina. You born raised Ainahaina area?
Born New York City.
Okay.
And my family moved here when I was 1. And so grew up here. And Mom and Dad were in New York. Mom was at Juilliard. She was Leonard Bernstein's accompanist back then.
Oh.
So it's like
that's
I
what
grew up
comes
in a musical family.
Her mom,
She was spectacular.
Yeah.
was an amazing lady. Just super positive all the
Her
time.
name's Bibi Freitas.
Yes, Bibi Freitas.
Bibi Freitas.
Everybody
She's
knew her.
spectacular.
She was such a gifted pianist, but
Yeah.
also she was really good at working with people. So like if you weren't sure where you were going,
How did you know that?
because you guys would talk about it all the time, and I'd actually see her do it. So if being an accompanist is a whole different animal in the sense that you're not just playing the song
Right.
for somebody. Like a good accompanist is somebody who plays a song, but hears the person singing and goes, okay, oh, you're not hitting that note yet. And so the mom within the song would like plunk out the melody while she's playing the thing that she's supposed to play. She's going, here. Oh, they don't know where they are.
And if they're performing, she would do the same thing.
Yeah.
So she was the pianist for Hawaii Opera Theater, and she was keyboard specialist with the symphony for a while, did stuff at Diamond Head Theater and coaching. But so it's like in the middle of her performance, that's where I learned that, is to try to subtly just like, it's not like ba-dang, dang, 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 right? It's like plunking it out, but just like try and get people back on and get to like, okay. That's where I learned with Hawaii Opera.
Yeah.
Is like when she would go up to people, it's like to groups and say, okay, all right, tenors, we need you a little bit more. It's like you're not trying to call people out, but you're trying.
She didn't do that. Devin, this is the note, Devin.
Devin and I are now at the point where that's exactly what I do.
We've known each other long enough where Roz goes,
Devin.
No, this one over here. Like,
Devin, come front and center, Devin.
Dude, that was like, oh my God. And people go, she doesn't do that to me. I go, well, you haven't known her for like that. So that's, but that talent, or that skill to be able to learn how to do that is something that Roz has. So even when we were rehearsing for Happily or whatever,
yes,
right? She's playing the whole song and going, okay, within the song while she's playing it, she's going, okay, and within this, here are your notes, basses. And she would play it, and we go, what? Oh, okay. And it was fascinating. But did your mom teach you piano, or did you have to do
we
lessons?
tried that for one day. No, that did not work. That really did not work. But what we did was she found me good piano teachers, and then I would take and quit, and she let me do that, which I highly recommend, because when I stayed with a teacher too long, I would get frustrated with myself, and then I would hate it. And whenever she let me quit, then I got the hunger for it again. And then I would start playing again. So the guy who really made me fall in love with playing piano was Walter Cow. He was like a little like elf. Like he had like no gravity, and he made it so thrilling. And then I would practice, and Mom would be in that breakfast nook, and she'd be like, I could see her getting frustrated, and she'd be like, F sharp, F sharp. And then when I'm composing, she would be in the breakfast nook, and she would be saying things like, what if you were to go like down? What if you do an ascending bass line there? And and most of the times I would say I would try, but there were times when I would have to get to Diamond Head Theater with you guys, and I had to be there in like 15 minutes, and I'm like, Mom, I love you, but I gotta finish the song now. Tell me later. I just gotta get this out. I gotta get this to them now. And it was so scary. I know. Was I talking loud, Portuguese?
No,
it's fine.
Okay.
No, I hit my mic.
Oh, but she would be screaming out in across the room, across the living room, across to the piano, to be able to say, try the ascending bass line. What if you were to like sustain that?
Did it ever change where she listened and goes,
yeah?
That's
Oh,
good.
yes.
At what point did it change the dynamic between you and your mom?
Oh. I think when I got it to First Presbyterian Church.
Oh, really?
When I started playing there, because hilariously, I was supposed to be her boss.
Oh.
I know. Anyone who knows her and me, it's like she and I, whatever, is like, yeah, no. So she was so patient with me. I don't have her fingers. She was better at age 6 than I'll ever be. She was a prodigy. And so literally better at age 6 than I'll ever be. And like she was graduated from high school at age 16, and she would like Juilliard and Boston or wherever the places that she was. So at not UH, when I was at First Pres, I was terrified to play there. And so we would, every Saturday, she would block out like 3 hours for me the day before we had to do church. And I had my highlighters. Verse 1, pink, then yellow, then green.
Wow.
You know, it's like I was so scared. And then after, and then I would play and I was shaking. And then over time, she started doing things like she would just like throw in another chord with us playing, because she was on the organ. I was on the piano. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, so we were playing together. And I was like out of my league. I shouldn't have been able to play with my mom, but because she was my mom, and growing up listening to her work with amazing singers, like you know, it's like she accompanied Yo-Yo Ma, and I was her page turner for that. You know, it's like listening to her work with incredible people. Replinger. It's like he was
rap?
King Herod for Hawaii Opera Theater doing Jesus Christ Superstar.
No way.
So he was in our
Wow.
living room practicing. It was killer. But so when we were together practicing, and then it started to be during service, she would play something and I'd look at her like, whoa, that's kind of fun. And it's like, I'm all, okay, I know where we're at. And then she would do something else. I'd be like, whoa. It's like, because we're playing together. And then there was one time where she did something and I was just, it was like during a joyful song. I don't believe in any way it was being disrespectful. It was Mom teaching me. But at one point she did something so hard, I just took my hands off the keys, literally like this. It's all you. It's like, and I just started singing with my hands back because I didn't know what she was doing. It was so complicated and amazing.
So a lot of stuff she did was totally ad-libbed.
Oh, yeah.
Even not even rehearsed or anything.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't imagine
on the
it
fly.
not being like that.
Yeah.
So one of the things she also did was play at Punahou Chapels. And one of the things I've been very blessed to do since she passed away back in 2018 is when they need a sub at Punahou, is for me to be able to sub for their organist, or when she was sick, for me to be able to sub. And they have little kids doing shows all the time, like little plays. And Mom, they just say, Bibi, do walking music. And I grew up listening to her underscore stuff.
Yeah.
She's just making stuff up.
Yeah.
And that's how I became a songwriter too, just making stuff up. But then, of course, I had the boyfriend in high school. And then you gotta write the love songs for the boyfriend. That's how it started to become more, not just like, it's like, it had to be structured for the boyfriend.
And where did you go to school?
Aina Haina Elementary, Nia Valley Intermediate, Punahou for high school, and then UH.
Nice.
And in high school, I would write during math classes. Sorry, Mrs. Dalton. But that's when I would write my love songs to my boyfriend in high school.
And when did you and Lisa meet, and how did, like, because when Once came out, Paul Palmer
Yes.
was
He was the
lyricist
composer.
and the composer for that.
Lisa was the lyricist for that first one.
And then suddenly you came on board, started working, and
Yeah, so the way that all went down, I know you knew about it, was Lisa and I, we were senior year of UH. Senior year of UH, not of high school. I didn't even know her really until senior year of UH. And a bunch of us were in a show called A Funny Thing Happened on the way to the Forum. And we were all courtesans. And we would get there early to rehearsal and go down to the pit. And I would just quietly be composing down there, and then Lisa started coming down, and all of us you guys all knew each other from the Y.
Yeah.
You guys were all dear friends. So Lisa was talking about things that she was doing in class with Tammy, Montgomery, Hunt, Montgomery. It's like, so she was doing things in class, and you guys were all doing these things with Lisa. And she said, hey, next year, we're going to be doing this show called Once Upon One Time. Would you help me write the songs for it? And I said, that was when I was moving to New York City, trying to make it in the big time. And so I moved there, but I hated living there. Like, literally, I wasn't inspired. Even though I was working at Sony Music at the time, like, I was like all these famous people coming in all the time. LL Cool J, it was a long time ago. Mariah Carey.
Wow.
These people were in there all the time, but I was not inspired. And the only song in 7 months that I wrote while Lisa was writing Once Upon a Time here in Hawaii, I was writing one song that I couldn't even finish. And I was writing songs constantly here in Hawaii. And that song was, I Thank You, Lord, that I won't be spending Christmas in New York. It's a true story. And the chorus goes like this. Sometimes it gets so cold and lonely, I can't remember what I came for. But I want to thank you, Lord, that I won't be spending Christmas in New York. No, I won't be spending Christmas in New York. Because I got to come back home, and I cried on the plane coming home. Went downtown, the city lights, with the big Santa with the shoes kicked off. 74 degrees. Yes, I'm home.
Wow.
Is New York a you either love it or hate it city? Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody just like, oh, it's okay. No,
I don't know either. Yeah, it's
either people really like it or they're like, no, it's not for me.
Joseph. God bless him. He did it.
yeah.
He likes it up there.
Yeah, but I think he probably would love both. I think, it's like if there were a wonderful person who was a patron of the arts, who wants to get him a place in New York and in Los Angeles and Hawaii, that would be great. And it would fill his soul, to be able to, I think that's part of it, right? Just filling our souls. Like we were talking about with the Princess and the Isopina this last time, is it filled our souls to be able to do it, to be able to do that together.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's one of the highlights of doing Lisa's shows, or Lisa and Roz's shows, is if you do it right, there's this connective thing that continues throughout your life. So I think we realize that too with Isopina, right? People go, at least for this group, that those people will all continue on and all continue to be close.
We're family forever.
Yeah, and it's nice too because with like Happily and stuff when we did it at Diamond Head, right? You felt that connective tissue and that thing happening, but we didn't have social media, so I had to just follow them around until they let me do stuff with them and said, oh, okay, I guess we're not getting rid of Devon, so we have to keep him around. But now you get social media, right? So social media, everybody jumps on, they throw their little things at it, and then you just kind of carry on, right? So.
Except I don't know how to use Instagram. I'm horrible. You guys leave me in the dust all the time. I know I'm an old school Facebook kind
don't
of a
worry.
girl.
There's always Jill. Jill will always not know what she's doing too. So Jill is
Jill,
his sister. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she was so incredible. She was Tita Ele and Janice.
Yeah.
We wanted you in it so bad, Kyle.
No, I just love watching you guys back on stage. Yeah, like I don't need to be there anymore, but like watching my sister go back and
and her daughter Keela,
and her friends' kids and some of these guys.
If there's an aspiring actor or actress or somebody, usually where do they come from? Do they come from the schools and their theater classes and they find their way to Diamond Head, or you guys are?
There's all different ways. I mean, there's Diamond Head has a Shooting Stars program that they do.
Oh yeah.
Bright Kids Foundation has a summer program that we do. There's also Ohana Arts, and so what I've been finding lately actually is a lot of these kids sort of start doing that, and then they decide that they want to do regular theater stuff, and so they end up coming in. And actually, sorry, I don't mean to leave this out, but the schools bring a lot of kids.
Oh gosh,
Kamehameha schools.
Yeah, you guys are stacked with talented kids in this cast.
like Pat Fujioka, who's a dear friend of ours, was also the director of the show. He brought in a lot of those kids from Kamehameha, so like half of our cast was from Kamehameha.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and then in the years past when we did the Once trilogy, Michael Ng, who was the drama teacher at
Punoho now, amazing.
At Kaimukiu. That was
the time,
interesting because he brought in kids who had only done theater at Kaimukiu and hadn't done anything else. And so to have them was like this. So we've been very fortunate because we had Punoho as well. So we've had these influxes of
it's
talent.
sort of like different streams coming in. But think about it at the very beginning with Lisa and all you guys, because you guys weren't even in theater. You were just like friends from the Y.
Yeah.
It was like a bunch of friends who felt safe together to be able to be themselves.
Like we had no idea what theater was, I think.
Yeah, none at that point.
It's like, it was trippy because I went in on a second one, Once Upon
Not a Time
at Kennedy. But I saw them in the first one. I'm like, I gotta be in that. That looks
awesome.
fun. And
right?
I know I'm missing out on a big party after every show too, so I better join and be in this thing. And during the ticket sales of that season, we snuck down to check it out because we were hanging out at the dorms. And the line for ticket sales went around the block at Kennedy, like if it was like a rock concert or something. And I've never seen that before, but it made me terrified to know that it's not just me joining this to fool around. I gotta be like semi-good now.
Well, and that's why we just gotta make people. But you guys are naturally good, and that's the thing. I think as a musical director, one of the things that was important for me is to make you all feel safe. Is like to never, it's like if somebody's voice cracks, to not ever tease anybody. Like I lost 7 years of my life from age 12 to 21 because a kid teased me. And so I was afraid and embarrassed to sing in front of people. So on my watch, there's no teasing allowed. How do we make this safe?
Well, that's just Devon.
To be the best. Well, yeah, exactly. I get to hassle that guy all the time.
Yes.
And I
that
do.
is my job.
The example.
Yeah.
But I mean, it speaks to Raz's ability in terms of understanding people and making sure that they feel safe. In that, I know when I first got involved with Happily, right? When you got together with these guys, it was like summer camp.
It's joy.
Yeah. So it was
crazy
just,
awesome.
they all come in, they all know each other. You're like, holy shit, I don't know any of these people. I don't know what I'm doing. On top of which, I was playing a really ugly woman. And had to use
You
the
were
Filipino
Hagi Mogi
accent.
Fairy?
No, I was Tantaran. So I had to sing in a Filipino accent.
Tantaran was
and all of that
beautiful. I don't know what you're talking
Well,
about.
not me.
Devon.
Not me, for sure. But what was cool was we all had to learn the choral parts together. Like, right,
Yeah.
all the chorus stuff. Everybody has to sing the final song. And it was the first time I'd ever seen it, but Ross went up, and usually, right, they're going, okay, sopranos and altos and tenors and whatever, right? And instead of that, she went, okay, one's over here, two's over here, three's over here. We were like,
No, I'm like highs, lows, mids.
yeah. And I was
That's
like,
all.
what?
If
what?
you think you
What
have a
is
high
that?
voice,
And it
so you
was-
don't
yeah.
have to be like, it's not like soprano 1, soprano
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
It's just you sing high, go stand over there, mids over there, lows over there. And so it's like, just have fun. Let's have fun.
She knew that we didn't understand tenor or soprano. We'd be like, what? What is that?
I mean, that was it. It was a way to get us into the process of it without making us
Yeah.
feel like it was
overwhelmed or
Yeah, because
Don't
to this
give
day,
people
I don't know
time
what
to
the
be
heck-
afraid. No time to be afraid. It's like, have fun.
This guy was in a dress as a Filipino stepsister
Yep.
with
Yeah.
full-on makeup while he was a state representative. Currently
cool.
state representative at the same time.
Actually,
Again,
and you were in the
brave.
room. You were in the room when I had that audition, and I remember Lisa looking at me and going, "Devon, I just want to let you know, you're gonna be a woman, like a Filipino woman."
Yeah. It's
Are
not
you
a guy
okay?
in drag. It's like you're playing a woman. Yes.
And I was like,
And then he said, "This is always been my dream."
yes."
So
I said, I don't care. As long as I'm in the show, I'll do whatever you want. You want me to be tree number 3 on the left-hand side?
And
We're all
it's,
good.
and it's so funny because everybody who knows me knows I know nothing about politics. Nothing about politics. And so they were like, oh, yeah, Devon's in the something. And I'm like, all I know is he sings. It's like, all I know is he sings and he's acting. It's like,
who cares? If you can
Yeah.
sing and act.
Yeah. We were with the gridiron. I didn't know the reporters. I didn't know so many. I didn't know I didn't know our mayor and governor. After Fossey, I was like, that was it.
Yeah. Because he had the shaka on the bus.
yeah,
That's how everyone knew
he
him.
had the best marketing campaign.
Yeah, he sure did.
It was great.
Okay, and then also within the theater realm, you also did an album. I mean, you're
did
a
a few,
recording
yep.
artist as well, right? Stepping Stones and all of that stuff. And then, so at what point did you make the switch? Are you still doing some solo
I
stuff?
am still
Are
doing
you-
solo stuff. It's just like even on my way over here, I wrote a song. I took a trip for a few months to Europe in 2023 and wrote a song for somebody over there. It's called You Have My Heart. And I'm like, okay, now I've got this song that I actually like. What do I do? Like, how do I get this song out there? I don't know, but I really like the song. And I like that I don't know what to do. Like, I'm busy.
How do you turn off your brain at
I
night to
don't.
sleep?
I don't. It's horrible.
Do you have a bad sleep?
Yes. Yes. So I open up the windows and I look at the moon and I look at the clouds and I love to look at the stars. And I try to breathe. I try to turn off my brain. It's really, 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 really hard.
How much hours you average a night of sleep?
5 or 6.
Okay, that's not
That's
bad.
pretty good,
okay,
but it's
that's
like I
okay.
wake up like every 2 hours though, and then I have to like
Wow.
I don't have 5 or 6 straight.
Oh.
I wake up every 2 or 3 hours, and then I look at the moon and the clouds and the stars.
Raz, I also want to talk about your travels because I think if I don't mean to put words in your mouth, but from what I saw of you sharing your trips and your photos and all that stuff, it was really a transformative thing for you. I think in speaking to a lot of friends that we share in common, when she would go on these, because she went on trips to like Europe and she was all over the place. We were going, what? And she would zoom in, she would like do the musical directing for something, and then the next thing you see on her social media post, she's in Greece, and you're going, wait, what? And it wasn't like she was traveling with a bunch of people. She, at least as far as I know, she was traveling by herself, meeting all these people, and it was and people who were close to you were saying it was such a transformative thing for you. You felt it helped you discover yourself a little bit, right?
It did, because it was right after a really a long period of time where I was at First Pres for 27 years, and I actually grew up at First Pres from the time I was 6, and then I was at Punahou for 17 years helping them with their graduations, and so I pretty much left everything and just thought, I'm just blowing my whole retirement and gonna go. Part of it was because my mom never went, and she never retired. She never did it. You know, it makes me literally want to cry right now thinking she never took that time. She just worked constantly. And I'm like, I'm working on a Hawaiian musical right now called The Epic Tale of Hi'iaka. And there's, so begins her journey. And at one point, Hi'iaka says, don't look back, Hi'iaka. Let what is behind doing the watches. Let what is behind do the watching. Eyes ahead. There are places to go, people to see. You know, it's like, and then she goes, one step more, or the one more step, just one step more. And that's Jana Angwai Alkane, who wait till you hear her.
Yeah.
And Amy Hanaiali'i Gilliam is Pele, and we're going to Seattle, and Mahi'ai is playing Lohi'au. But it's like, and I'm sorry, I'm like patanging all over, and I didn't even have a Coca-Cola.
Okay.
So that one step more, and it's the furthest I've ever been. I'm like, I gotta go live. I gotta go live. I've been working, and I would always make sure I was back for Sundays, be back for a Sunday. And don't get me wrong, I love God, I love Jesus, I love First Pres, I love the church, but I needed to live. A bit. So yeah, I did. And there were times I was scared. I remember being trapped at the top of Tuscany. I was in Tuscany with mold poisoning, and I couldn't get off the hill. And I couldn't get off the hill for 3 days. And I learned how to find my way back. And so I got braver. I learned how to take care of myself. I learned how to speak a bit of Italian. I want to go back to Turkey.
You learned how to be lost, yeah.
I learned how to be lost. That is so good.
Oh, new song.
Yeah, that is. I want to write that song. I learned how to be lost.
Did you guys see that video that went viral of that couple in Greece?
No.
It's so funny. There's this couple. So this guy, okay, he's in Greece, and you know how they have those areas where it's all the ocean, it's overlooking all the cobblestones and stuff.
Oh yeah.
So he's like, he sets up his camera, but he kind of hid it, you know, because he's gonna get this proposal. And then he gets his girlfriend. He gets down on one knee, and she goes, and all of a sudden a tourist walks right into the shot.
Blocks the whole thing.
And
She's eating something, and the husband walks in, and they're both just standing there talking, they're pointing and stuff. And it's right in front of the proposal.
Oh my gosh.
It's so funny.
And they invited that couple to the wedding.
They did?
Yeah.
That is so
that's
cute.
Great.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, Devon, send it to me because I'm never going to find it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Or
never
no, they're
find
looking
it.
for. I think they were looking for it to identify who that is.
Yeah, right. So they can invite to the wedding. Yeah.
Oh, that is so
I mean,
cute.
in one way, it's like quote unquote ruined, right? But at the same time, now it's viral, right?
You're gonna talk about it for
turned into
days, yeah.
something. So
Yeah,
you gotta be
something that nobody else ever experienced.
yeah.
Speaking
So
of
funny.
which, so like in Italy, I have written a poem called "I Have No Love for Tuscany" because of that experience. Yeah, I was like,
What is mold poisoning, by the way?
mold poisoning? You don't want to see it. It's not pretty.
Some
Well, how do
people
you get mold poisoning?
By being in an Airbnb
with mold?
with mold.
Was it?
Oh.
Was the ceilings black with black mold or something?
Yes.
Oh.
And I'm not going to tell you the rest of the story.
Oh, come on.
People are sensitive. to it.
Let me just tell you that I had a cruise coming up, and
Yeah.
there was no way I was going to go to a doctor and have him prove me like not able to go on a cruise that I spent a lot of money for. Yeah. So I got off that mountain. Somebody drove 90 minutes to me, who I knew from First Pres friend, 90 minutes to drive me 10 minutes down the hill to get me to a train station because nobody lived on that mountain. Nobody.
Huh.
I'm surprised you never heard this story before.
No.
Thank you, Kyle. Yeah.
You heard this story?
Yeah, well, She'll explain over our Coke after this. It's a fantastic story.
Well,
okay, I gotta hear this story.
I think we're gonna have to do more of this.
I know.
Yeah,
we're already running out of time. So let me do this. Let's do our question of. We have one question we ask all of our guests.
Oh, okay.
So we'll do that. Get that out of the way, and then we can see where we go from here. If you were stranded on a desert island for the rest of eternity, it could only bring 3 albums, because it can be any kind of album.
Yeah.
To
It could
listen
be
to
musical
for all
if
of
you want.
eternity, what would those 3 albums be?
3 albums? That's okay. Like for someone, I didn't know that's a question. That is torture.
For her.
Yeah. Okay. If I could only listen to 3 of all time,
Yeah.
well, I gotta say, the original Jesus Christ Superstar, the original rock of with the brown cover.
Yeah.
And only 3, 2. I would say, I'm just gonna say, maybe Peter Frampton. Frampton Comes Alive.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Nice.
And I would say probably something Heart.
Okay.
Heart's great.
With Barracuda on
Anna
it,
Nancy
yeah.
Wilson.
Yeah.
Yep. So when I first started writing songs, my mom got me connected to somebody big in the industry here in Hawaii, who I'm not going to mention. But when I played him my songs when I was 16 years old, he said, "Oh, that's really nice, but it's too poetic and it's too romantic and dreamy. Study the charts. You got to write like Madonna. You got to write like Wham." And I'm just like,
Right.
I tried, and it's like a circle into a square.
Yeah, I remember, in the beginning, someone telling us, oh, you got to do more kind of pop sound because...
Tough, right?
Yeah, because there's no money in Hawaiian music. And I'm like, well,
That's funny.
Why are all these people doing Hawaiian music?
Yeah.
So, we didn't listen to that guy.
Yeah, that's funny. And so it's like there's really not a lot of money in musical theater.
Yeah.
So it's like my friend Michael Kirker, he's the vice president of musical theater for ASCAP. ASCAP. I just love ASCAP. And he says you cannot make a living at writing musical theater, but you can make a killing.
What's ASCAP?
American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. Okay. And I am, to this day, hoping to make that killing. And you know what? You guys know me. I'll give it all away. But I would love to be able to make a killing and to be able to support the arts in Hawaii and be able to pay the artists and be able to pay all of the people so they don't have to go away. I would love that. I would love the opportunity to try to make a killing in musical theater.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
There you go. By the way, before we end, so don't forget, if you want to audition for Piney Needle Smith.
Thank you. August 15, 16, Diamond Head Theater.
Okay. We open Gypsy for the
Right
Bright Kids
on.
Foundation
Friday.
this weekend. Yeah,
I
this
can't
Friday.
wait.
So
okay.
come and see that.
This will be up before then.
Yeah, we had we've got some amazing costumes, man. The
And
show is
set
really
by
cool too.
Deanne
But
Kennedy
but the set by Deanne is
and
amazing.
Anya Chang,
and Anya,
director, choreographer, and
Yeah,
Clark
it's
Bright.
crazy.
And oh my gosh, I can't wait to see.
Devon, I had one more thought, but it's totally off topic, and I wanted your opinion on it.
Okay.
All right.
Oh boy.
It's a movie, I bet.
Well,
No.
yeah, it has to do with a movie.
Is it a movie? Okay.
But I went to see The Naked Gun
Oh, what's
last
that?
week. It's good.
Oh.
What is that?
Oh, you didn't say like
It's
a
a comedy.
man.
Yeah.
It's
It was
movie?
funny. It's a movie, and it's not as. The hard part is I love the original, so the whole time I'm comparing it to the original,
okay.
But there was a few that made me definitely laugh out loud.
Okay.
So it's not a bad movie. You can go see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which he's not gonna do, but okay.
However, so I sit down, and it's just me and Asa. I took him to go to see it. The guy next to me starts eating popcorn.
Yeah.
And he's a
A loud eater.
loud eater, mouth open eater.
Mochi Crunch?
He did not have mochi crunch. Okay. So I don't really mind because, everybody eats their popcorn,
Different.
or whatever. But I do have an issue with mouth sounds,
Yeah.
just in general.
Yeah.
But
know
I'm
that.
I'm
like,
not sure why he thought of me for this question.
I'm
but
like, okay, whatever. I can deal with this. He ate popcorn for the first hour.
How's that
Wow.
of
possible?
the movie.
That's
He
a
was
lot
just
of popcorn.
constantly just like he had a big bag of popcorn. He was just eating like just a little at a time, nonstop for the first. And I'm listening to this guy chew, and I could not, for the life of me, pay attention to the movie because the whole time I'm like,
So
is this
your-
a
your
freaking
review-
endless bag of popcorn that this guy's got
So
over
your
here?
review could be tilted.
It
There
could
you
be
go.
tilted, yeah.
Yeah.
And I wanted
Also,
to,
might I also say, if you're at Consolidated, if you buy that big ass bag of popcorn, you get two.
Yeah, you get a free
Right,
one.
So
right,
he
right.
could have
Yeah, he
had
coulda had-
two, like
yeah.
sitting next to him. He would have been there for the whole movie.
I was
But what's the question? I don't.
Yeah, no.
so
I'm not
I
sure.
wanted to just stand up and be like, "Are you done? Like, can you finish this thing? I'm trying to enjoy this movie, you know." But I just sat there.
Okay.
I think that was the
And-
polite
and I
thing
just-
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watched my movie, watched the movie. But
Yes.
I feel like I spent $20 on this movie, you know.
Yeah.
And
Well,
this
you
is why
spent
people
$40
don't-
on the movie.
Well, yeah, because it took
Yeah.
days. But this is why people don't go to movies anymore because like I could watch this in the comfort of my own home and not have it.
That's why it's
go-
been like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, chewing next to me for the first
Yeah.
hour.
Yeah.
But
But would you
if
have
your
said
son
something?
if your son was a loud eater, you'd be sitting next to your son.
Right? That's a good
chewing
point.
loud.
Yeah.
So I
for
watch
a
movies by
half-
myself at home.
Huh?
I watch by myself.
Well, I know, but if your son was a
I
loud
see.
mouth eater,
You wouldn't
right?
take his
No,
son
but-
to the
Okay,
movies.
but if you, I would if I were.
I love this.
Okay, you know in the beginning of the movie, like I'm usually eating like during even the previews and stuff. If there's like a very soft moment in the previews, I will stop chewing.
So do I.
Really?
Yes.
I'll eat popcorn like this.
Yeah.
Like super soft, right? 'Cause you like
See, this guy's just completely unaware of. Wouldn't you tell? Like I would tell. Like if I went to, I'd be like, "Carl, fucking stop eating the popcorn." No, you know, I would've
Maybe
said
it was
something.
his first time.
He had his wife with him,
Yeah.
and this is an older gentleman. He was older than me.
Okay.
You know.
Oh,
So-
which is why you're asking me.
No, I'm just saying. would you have said? Because you go to a lot of movies. Would you have said something, or
No.
would you just? You
Oh,
would
no,
have said
and I
it?
wouldn't.
Not popcorn.
No.
The Asian
No.
in me is too strong, but I cannot.
Even kakimochi, I wouldn't have
Yeah,
said
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
Unless
They
it's
show that
falling
there.
on you. If it's
Yeah.
falling on you and you're
Yeah.
like getting ketchup on you from their
Yeah.
hot dog.
Dude, when we watched
No.
Fantastic Four, we sat next to a family of 4 people, and 2 of them were kids,
Uh-huh.
and all you hear through the whole movie is squeak.
Oh my
squeak.
God.
At one point, the little girl discovered the buttons that
Oh, no.
moved the thing
Oh, no.
around, and all it was this.
That's hilarious.
For like 10 minutes, and I went, "Oh boy."
It is so funny.
But you just kind of go, I mean, it's why you watch if you really wanted it to be silent when nobody's sitting around you, then do like your son did and sit up at the back where there's only enough enough seats for you guys.
I
And
hate
then
when
you're
they
good.
kick the back of your seat or put their feet in between.
Well, that I'll
Yeah,
say
that's
something.
Oh, that's gross.
That's
I'll
super
say
rude.
something.
That's horrible.
That's rude.
Like I like
And I would
snap
say
at
something,
them,
yeah.
but then they're behind me, so they're gonna end up throwing stuff
Right?
at me or something.
Yes.
So I kind of want the opportunity to sit behind them after, like
Yeah.
walk up and sit behind and do the same thing. But I never got the chance.
thought
to
You know
Maybe-
what? I always sit in the back row. That doesn't happen to me because
Yeah.
I love
Well, that
to
was
sit
the
in the
great
back
thing
row.
about Coca Marina Theater is that no one was ever in there.
Yeah.
Right?
So
I miss
I
them.
Which
was
is
always-
why it's closed.
Yeah, which is why it's closed. But
Yeah.
you basically have the whole theater to yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, so you wouldn't have said anything either. It just
Dude, we are far too Japanese to
yeah.
say anything to anybody. Like it has to be bad. It has to be really bad because we were when Timmy Bright had his show at Hawaii Theater. Sitting in the like a couple rows behind us was a lady who brought her autistic son, and I don't know what happened, but something triggered him, and so he was yelping and yelling, and it was really distracting. And I just sat there and listened to this boy go, and I went, I guess nobody gonna do anything about him.
That I guess yeah. I was
So
gonna
you
say-
know what I mean? But it's that same thing. Like I could have walked to the back and told him, hey, you know what? I'm so sorry, but he is being a little bit distracting. So
Yeah, but that would be for the ushers to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's not
your
for
job.
regular
Exactly.
person.
But
yeah.
normally when you go to when you go to movies, there's some usher somewhere. But I don't
Yeah.
think that telling him, hey,
Like,
this
sir,
guy
you're
eating kind of loud.
Popcorn very loudly. Please leave the theater.
Yeah.
They're not gonna do that, bro.
All right, so I get Devin's point. That guy was autistic.
Kyle's right. Yeah.
The guy was.
All right. We will see you all next week.
Oh, thank
Thank
you
you.
for having
Thanks
me,
a
you
lot.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
That was awesome. Thank you.
It's fun. Yep.